3 weeks ago, I ran my first ever cross-country event, and guess what? I came last. Since starting running over 3 years ago, I have been concentrating on marathons. In fact, I have run 5 marathons in 3 years. Apart from the first, I would say 6 months of my running and the last 6 months of my running, inside of that, I have been doing marathon training basically the whole time. The first few months I started running, I was basically getting used to running. And since April of this year, 2024, I haven't been in marathon prep because, well, I haven't got a marathon coming up anytime soon. I didn't do an autumn marathon. So I've been doing marathon training for just seems like, I don't know, forever. But this year, I was so busy over the summer, I didn't really get to do as many races as I had wanted to do. And somehow I didn't even really know that there was a cross-country scene over here in Northern Ireland, so I decided to do a few races, and the first one was special. The first one I signed up for was the Masters cross-country qualifiers, and I don't want to say that I was expecting anything, but I didn't expect to have as bad a race as I actually had. I had been doing some cross-country training on grass with my son on a Saturday morning for probably about 5 weeks before this race, and I really expected myself to do a lot better. If you watched the last video I done on the cross country, then you'll know I went out pretty hard, felt good, took a stitch and basically died the rest of the race. I must admit I was slightly disappointed after that, and I just done what I've done before when I didn't perform in a race. I just went and absolutely dived into training again, went off the last 2 weeks probably too hard, done loads of sessions, pushed myself as hard as I could, up the miles. I had grit, I had determination, and I was just like, do you know what, I will get faster, I will just run my way through this. And that all came to a bit of a crash this weekend when I started feeling very, very fatigued. So it's been a bit hard the last couple of days because my body's just been so tired.
So it's Wednesday afternoon, first run since Sunday when I made my last video, and yeah, I took 2 days off. I was feeling very fatigued, and it's not very often, like I just take 2 days, you know, just for the sake of recovery, and I was busy. I just thought, let's take 2 days. So feeling a bit better today. My legs still feel a bit sore, to be honest, but that wasn't really the big issue. The big issue was fatigue. So 3 times 1.5 miles today at 6:50 pace. 70 seconds standing recovery. So this week I have this 3 times 1.5 miles today, and tomorrow and the next day I'll be looking after my daughter, so I might do a few miles easy with the pram. Just going to keep the mileage down this week. I have a cross country race on Saturday, and I'm not purposely tapering for that. I just felt so much fatigue. I really felt that if I kept the mileage up, I just wouldn't race on Saturday. Not that the race means anything, but I want to give myself half a chance, I suppose. So just session today, 2 easy runs, probably end up with about 20 miles for the week before Saturday, and then Saturday's a 5 mile or an 8k run. Let's get this session done. 2 1.5 mile reps done at 6:50 pace. Feeling good. It's not easy, but I'm feeling good. 1 more rep to go. Gonna get the earphones in for this one. Smash out, get home, lunch, shower, done with the day. Right, let's go. That's my session done. 3 times 1.5 miles at 6:50 pace. Tried to keep it down around 6:45. Do you know, felt okay during it. Afterwards I took a bad stitch. It's mad to think that in 6 months time, roughly, that will hopefully be my marathon pace. It's going to take a lot of hard work, but hopefully it comes to plan. My heart rate would need to be pretty low running at that pace for that to be marathon pace, so yeah, we'll get there. Right, I have work to do.
Trading and asking friends to play are great skills for school. 2 of the sides are long and 2 of the sides are short. Yay! Let's feed him the rectangle.
Thursday bells. And 2 days to doing my cross country race. Feeling good. Done the run, done the session yesterday. I felt good during the run, but after the run, after the main session, whenever I was on my cool down, really, my leg muscles just felt so fatigued. Similar to what happened to me in Manchester Marathon. And I don't know a lot about this. I don't know enough to know exactly what happened to me at Manchester Marathon. It wasn't an injury. It was because my legs were fine like a few days later. It was like my legs just went absolutely dead. And I wonder, was I like depleted in carbohydrates or something? I don't know the correct way of saying that. Maybe that is the correct way. But yesterday I just felt like I should have had a lot more energy than I had. And you might just say, "Ah, you've just overdone it." It's not like that. I wondered, was it like lack of carbs or maybe dehydration? I don't know. Like, do I maybe not drink enough water? So yeah, today I am just going out for an easy run. I'm gonna wear my Alpha Flies because I cannot be bothered going upstairs, and I know they're not an easy run shoe, but I'm actually going out with the pram. People will be looking at me running up the road with the pram wearing Alpha Flies, but anyway, they were the most handy shoe I had without getting my child and lifting her up and going upstairs. So easy does it today. Maybe I won't be wearing the Alpha Flies today. That's completely burst. Like, I've had such a weird relationship with these shoes, and in one way I was only starting to kind of half like them. Right, need to stop talking, get out for my run. So after that disappointing find with the Alpha Flies, I went out and strapped up another pair of shoes and done 5 mile easy with the pram. It's hard to do 5 mile easy where I live in the pram because of the hills, but I got 5 miles done nonetheless. Friday was exactly the same, had the pram out again and I done another 5 miles easy. I expected my body to feel a lot better at this stage, to be honest, because I did take it easy this week apart from that one session. 2 days off at the start of the week. I don't know why my body's so fatigued and I don't know if I'll be able to race on Saturday. That's just how I feel. And I don't know what else I could have done. But here you are. Saturday morning we get into the car. My wife and 3 kids came with me to the race. I drove up in plenty of time. I had entered the open race, which was the final race of the day and is an 8k race. I didn't know much about the course. I had been there one time before. My son raced there maybe a month ago and he only done, I think it was a 1k loop. So where I seen him run was not where I was running. And when I went out for a warm up, I just realized the hills in this course were pretty savage. Like, I think there was about 100 feet of elevation per loop and I had 4 loops to do. But just a couple of the hills, were one in particular was just so steep, and you know what it's like going up something so steep. It just absolutely wrecks you. Heart rate just goes straight up, and I was kind of worried about that, especially because how fatigued I have been feeling this week. Am I just going to go out and run this easy, or what should I do? The warm-up just didn't feel natural. I was just feeling tired. But I have been in this situation before, and I have felt absolutely horrendous before a race. Whenever I got to the start line, there's nerves, even though it doesn't mean anything to me in a sense, there is always nerves in the start line. And whenever I took off, I just got locked in. And the first mile, or the first loop, I felt great. Hit the hills, didn't go out too fast. I really wanted to go out a bit conservative in this race and not die in the middle. So I did go out, I think around 7 minutes per mile. And then I didn't look at my watch the whole race, which was great. Looking back at my Strava, the middle 2 loops, I actually went a wee bit too slow. I did slow down, and I don't know why. I think I was just worried about the last mile or the last loop that I really wanted to speed up, and I had my family cheering at the side, and that was just awesome, spurring me on, even though it's an open race and I am one of the slower ones there. In fact, I was probably about halfway up the pack, to be honest. But in terms of my age category, I would be one of the slower ones because I'm 40 and like I was racing against people 50 and 60, I believe. as well, so I was quicker than some of them, but I'm not even sure if there's anybody in the 40 category behind me. But I pushed on, and on the final lap I was able to push on a lot more, and I think the middle two loops were in around 720 per mile, whereas I think I done the last one in 640 something or 650. So all in all, I finished the race strong. I never let anybody pass me the whole race. I think one person did at one point, but I quickly got back past them again. I picked off 2 or 3 people on every loop. Whenever I finished the race, I finished as strong as I could, and I felt amazing. And you know what? I could be disappointed because I come in probably one of the last in my age group, but this really taught me a lesson. It taught me a lesson of it means more to finish a race strong, albeit maybe a few seconds slower, than to go out too fast and die halfway through and just really struggle to the end. I hate that feeling on a race. I'm not about that, and I've done it too many times. And this has just really taught me to enjoy myself when I'm running. And in this race, I certainly done that. It was such a good experience, tough course, and real slippery in places. The weather was good and all, but because it was the last race of the day, there was quite a bit of mud in certain places, and I'm just not really that used to that, I suppose, but I enjoyed it through and through. It was absolutely amazing. And here's to the next one. Well, I don't even know if there will be a next one, but here's to the next race. I don't know if that'll be the last cross country for this year. I really do want to concentrate on road running. I know next year I'm going to go for spring marathon. I want to do sub 3 next year, whether it happens in the spring or the autumn time, I don't know. But sub 3 is really what I want to do. I'm going to train as hard as I can and as smart as I can and really go for that next year. So over the winter, things are just going to calm down a wee bit. I have a 10K at the end of January, and then I'll be in marathon training at that stage, but that's really the next race that I will be doing. Between now and then on this channel, I really plan to get a bit more creative with my videos, and it won't be necessarily race videos. I want to get into my training a bit more. Yes, we're not far off December now, and I do plan on keeping the running going. We're not far off December now. I'm quite busy with work in December. I won't be doing a lot of races. But as soon as January hits, that'll be marathon training. I'm going to have a training block right through from January right through to April, and I will be documenting that on this channel. But from now until the end of the year, it's only just do a few creative videos, get the creative juices going, try and build a bit of community here. So thank you very much for watching. If you've made it this far, leave me a comment below. Let me know where you're from or where you're watching this video from. I really appreciate you watching this video, and until the next time, I will see you later. Thank you very much.